Shooting USA is brought to you by SnapSafe. Use promo code SUSA15 for 15% off.
Welcome, world champion, 1/4 of the classic U.S. team claiming gold at the 2025 World Shoot, Jeremy Reid. Nice to see you, sir.
Hey, it's great to see you too, John. And I appreciate that. That's very good.
I'm excited not only to have access, it's just a matter of picking up my phone and shooting you a text, but to be able to just kind of chat it out a little bit, because this is a big deal. This is not a small accomplishment. This is presenting not only the origin of IPSC shooting in the form of single stack, but going there and claiming team gold. Tell me all about the entire scenario. I mean, just give me the 50-foot overview. I love it.
Oh man, I mean, it's tough to put in perspective what the World Shoot is for most American shooters, because most of us don't get to experience it. I mean, we had 150 American competitors over there, but when you're talking about an organization with, I think, 35,000 members in USPSA, give or take, and you only have roughly 100 to 150 participating in it, it seems maybe from the general USPSA's perspective kind of small. But for the people who go, and this is the third World Shoot that I've been able to attend, and the people that go, all of a sudden it starts to make sense. And you see these other countries there, they're all representing their colors. There's a lot of pride. And pride's not necessarily the most popular thing in America right now, in certain places, but all of a sudden you start feeling this pride in your country, and this pride that, oh, hey, I get to represent this, and there's almost 2,000 shooters here that I'm competing against. There's people I've never heard of that are really fantastic shooters that we're competing against, and frankly, for Classic, for single stack, it's our gun. Like, it is the 1911. It is. Like, we are the originators of the sport. This is our gun, as it started all of it. I was at the first time they had Classic as a division was 2014 as its own division. I got to shoot that. It was really early in my career. I got to shoot that just as an individual. And then to be able to kind of see Classic grow, and there were a lot of really good. I think the field was deeper than it's ever been in Classic for this World Shoot. And yeah, just to get to compete there, to compete with Jay Leese, who's absolutely phenomenal, Tim Herron, who is also a well-known name in the sport, really fantastic shooter, and then Jeff Cawthon, my fellow host of the Hip Factor podcast, and he put up just an absolute stunning performance. I mean, he came in second as an individual, and probably the biggest reason for us to win the gold was his performance. And just to be able to be a part of that is really, really it's something that we'll all look back on with fondness for a long time.
100% was going to plug the podcast, because I've been honored to be a guest a couple of times over the years. Jeff's performance landing second onto the podium, but then there's a big fight just outside of third, just off the podium. And then we back down into Jaleese 14th overall, far and away high lady, but commanding performance for that team victory. How would you rate your performance?
For me, it was, it's interesting, because I don't know of any other sport that does this, where you compete as an individual, and for us, it's only the World Shoot, and as a team at the same time. So that's really kind of wild. After 3 days in the match, Jeff and I were really, really close. Neither of us were watching scores, but we knew we were watching each other shoot. Like, we were really, really close. And so I was kind of right where I wanted to be. The team we were within 10 to 20 points of the Philippines. It was really close with that team the whole time. And going into day 4, I had a couple mistakes there. And so just for me individually, it was really a struggle, because the margins were so tight that I knew those mistakes pretty much took me out of it as an individual to land where I wanted to. And so then going into day 5, it's okay. I'm really just going to go try to shoot solid, shoot really good points, and just try to get points for the team, and see where we can end up. Again, we knew that we were down to the Philippines going into day 5, so we really needed, but not by much, but we needed good performances. And to be completely honest, after I finished day 5, I didn't finish on a strong note last couple of stages. I honestly thought I had lost it for the team. Like I thought I had fallen back enough on the last couple stages that, man, the rest of the team members were feeling pretty good. I was not feeling good at all. I really thought I had lost it. It's like we were probably getting up second, and then you get the news that, oh, hey, we won. It was only 7 points for three scores that were equaling over 2,000 points. So you're talking 6,000 points total. We were 7 points above the Filipino team. And so that was interesting because I have this, man, like I'm feeling like I just lost it, and then we win, and it's you're excited and you're disappointed in your performance at the same time. But when you get separation from that, you get to remove from that a little bit. You get pretty excited that you're able to be part of that team.
That's really cool. The challenge maintaining a level of performance over the course of 5 days of shooting. I mean, there's nothing like that there's nothing like that here. You go to a nationals here, you get 3 half days max.
Right.
What's that like? And doing it on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, so I mean that was pretty wild. You get there and there was a lot of just stress in getting there. Like we didn't know what it was going to be like. We kept being told things are going to be not really safe. You can't really get around, and so there was a lot of stress. Like we didn't even know if we're going to have ammo. Right? When I got on the plane, I didn't know if I was going to have enough ammo to shoot the match, and then my guns don't get there for another 48 hours after I've been in country. And so there's all of that. And then we show up and they used a different scheduling process this time in that there were 4 different time slots. So we're used to half day time slots and you're going to shoot over about, 4 hours or something like that. Well, these are only 8-person squads and you're talking about a 2-hour or less time slot. So our first day started at 6:30 a.m. We left our lodge at 4:45 a.m. to be there for the first day of the World Shoot. And we get there, it's super early. Everybody's nervous. I mean, everybody's nervous. And I'm not kidding, 45 minutes into when we start shooting, we've already shot half our stages for the day. And Jeff and we're just like, this is insane. This is hectic. It was going so fast. That luckily by stage 4 we caught up to the squad in front of us and kind of had a small breather, but man, it just went so fast. And so then we were only shooting 110 rounds a day, so you don't even have really time to get warmed up and get into the shooting. By the time you feel like you're feeling good, you're done shooting. And so it was this really bunch of small short sprints, and even though it was a lot of rounds and a lot of points for the whole match, the margins felt really, really small because it was such small amounts of points every day that there was a lot of pressure, man. If you make a mistake, it's going to be a big struggle to gain those back. And Jeff didn't. I mean, he shot clean the whole match. It was really, really impressive.
It's awesome. Tell me, let's unpack a little bit the ammo situation because in the conversation I had yesterday with Eric, some people have come in because Eric was talking about how he was able to bring a lot of extra ammo because he's got extra people traveling with him.
Right.
Some commenters came up with the idea that ammo is available to purchase in South Africa. I don't have a frame of reference. However, I know when we're talking highly tuned, especially 1911s, it's not typically factory ammo. This is hand-loaded stuff. I mean, I see all your components and your stuff behind you. Talk about that challenge piece with the ammo specifically.
Yeah, so for me and Jeff, there weren't many of us, and the guys shooting standard, we were shooting 40 cal. So 9 millimeter would not have been quite as hard to get, but 40 cal, like you're not going to go to the store and go buy 40 cal, right? Like that is at this point, especially in South Africa, but even in the US, that's a specialty cartridge at this point. Right. No law enforcement use it, nothing. So, and just historically, buying match ammo at a World Shoot has historically never been a good idea. Like it has historically not worked well. And I know that at this match, like people shooting 38 Super Comp, they ordered 38 Super Comp. Well, they get the brass comes to Frontier, and it says super comp on it, but it is not super comp brass. So everybody's
Oof.
shooting open, right? That's trying to do this. Like, they're not getting it. The lines to people pre-ordered ammo, and the lines, like I know one person shooting the pre-match. He took him 3 days and probably 6 to 7 hours of standing in line just to get ammo. That they pre-ordered. This isn't ammo that they're trying to just buy on the spot, that they pre-ordered. And it looked like they were loading ammo as people were sitting in line, is what it looked like was happening. So we're that's happening in the pre-match right before we leave. And so we're kind of seeing all this. And for me, it was, I was flying by myself with the risk. I wasn't going to take my wife with me. It just seemed like there was, and maybe I could have after having been there, it would have been okay. But I wasn't. So I had myself to put ammo in. You get 5 kilograms of ammo. Technically, that's not a TSA rule. That's an airline rule. So you're not breaking any laws if you go over it. But you had the choice of, okay, I will fly there with 290 rounds when the match requires 560, and then I'll try to source more, or I'll bring extra bags, and I will have extra ammo in extra bags, and you hope that they don't check it. That was the option. It was that, because we tried to send a big ammo shipment. John Vlieger tried to send a big ammo shipment. Lots of us sent him 1,000 or 2,000 rounds and was going to get shipped over, and we simply couldn't get the permitting and all that stuff figured out in time to get our ammo there. And we found that out, I think, maybe 3 days before I left is when we found out, hey, the ammo's not going. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to load more ammo, get more match ammo loaded, and we're just going to roll the dice, and we're
going to bring it one way or another. We're going to put it in socks, put it in shoes.
Yep.
Wow.
We're going to do what we can. Again, that just you start in hearing that, you start to see the amount of stress that's going, like, it's not just that it's the biggest match in our sport, right? That only happens every 4 years now. It's the biggest match that you're ever going to shoot. You're shooting on a team, you're representing your country, and then everything else that's normal for our matches isn't happening that way, right? Like you just don't know. We didn't even know if we're going to get permits for our guns. Like, we were going to be able to get our guns in. We don't know if our ammo's going to get there. We don't know anything. We don't know what food's going to be like. We know nothing. So for me, the stress level was really, really high going into the match. And it was a challenge.
Dude, I mean, I think that's kind of what I'm unpacking as I'm talking to more and more people who've been there. And, man, I mean, it's a monumental challenge, obviously.
Yeah.
To turn all of that into the success that the U.S. team, not only you guys, but others, everybody did well. And I think that just simply speaks to the level of competition that we see here in the United States, not only in USPSA, but in IPSC North America, if you will. That, for me, and with that playing into what we do on Shooting USA and the level of the amount of that makes it to our audience through Shooting USA is just super exciting for me. And that's why I want to try to continue to have as many of these conversations as possible. I'm using every contact that I have, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's important, again, to talk about your equipment. You mentioned 40 cal, so we're getting a major power factor. We got 8 rounds in the mag. I can't imagine it's not your own gun that you built with. It is, with Reid Gunsmith. Talk about that. Talk about the origins of the gun itself.
So I've never competed. I say that I've shot one match in my career in 13, 14 years of shooting USPSA with a gun that wasn't mine. There was a standalone production nationals in, I think it was 2013-ish in Tulsa that I shot a stock 2 in that, and that's the only match I've ever not shot a gun that I've built. So yeah, my two 40 cals, I switched to 40 cal a few years ago so I could use the same ammo in limited and single stack. No advantage to 40 over 45. Just simply, it'd just be same ammo, so I don't have to mess with changing my press out. But the gun's set up for USPSA, and actually set up for the old rules, 43 ounces. Now we have 45 ounces in USPSA for a weight limit. IPSC does not have a weight limit. So it's kind of interesting. IPSC is somewhat more restrictive on equipment, and then in other ways way less restrictive on equipment, which is kind of fascinating. But a lot of these guys, man, they're running super heavy guns in IPSC, and we could do that, but just for one match, basically, for what it ends up being, one match every 4 years, it's really not worth trying to build a heavy gun that then you can't use the rest of the time.
Sure.
So we're all shooting quite a bit lighter guns than most of the competitors are. But yeah, it's fascinating to see, there's other manufacturers across the world and see some of the guns, some really neat stuff to just kind of look at what's on the other people's hips and stuff. There's some people doing some pretty cool stuff out there.
It has to, I mean, not only as an elite level competitor for you, but also an elite level gunsmith specializing in the 1911 platform. It's got to be just it may even be almost distracting to be looking at the other stuff. The Europeans, what are they bringing? Different things. The Filipinos, who knows?
Yeah, definitely the Filipinos. They do a lot of cool stuff with their guns.
Yeah. And they're not shy about colors either.
No, they're not.
Colors on.
Absolutely.
I love it, man. So, Hit Factor podcast still rolling, still going good. I listen. Yeah. I'm a fan.
Yeah, this year, because of the World Shoot, because Jeff and I were putting so much, it was taking so much time away just preparing for it. Right, we were shooting more matches than normal. We were training more than normal, and our normal recording time, it was simply, okay, I can go talk with Jeff for an hour, or I can spend an hour with my family. Whenever I'm already taking time away from my family, I was going to be gone for 2 weeks for this. And so we really did not record a lot this year. We have very few episodes out there. Jay Beal and Saul Allen, or we call him Potato, they've recorded several episodes for us. And I know that we're going to have some episodes coming out after this World Shoot. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to pick it back up now that kind of the rigors and the stress and the time commitment of the World Shoot is lessened, that maybe we'll have a little bit more time to keep doing podcasts. I really enjoy it.
I do too. And
it's
like
a lot
I said,
of fun.
Been honored to be a part of it. Learned a lot, especially from Saul, AKA Potato.
Oh man, that guy.
I mean,
he's crazy.
Tell me what's next. We're gearing up right now for Race Gun. And are you guys headed out there? Anybody from the team going to be out there?
I'm not, and I know Jeff's not. We're both pretty much like, we put everything into the World Shoot and we're done. Right. I'm adding on to my shop and I'm doing all that work myself. So I'm building a big 36 by 60 edition on my shop, and I've got lots of business stuff that I'm working on, and it's like, man, I just, once I finished the World Shoot, I was supposed to shoot Area 2. And it was like, you know what, I really just need to be able to focus on that other stuff.
Makes sense.
I am looking to next year, like the the European Handgun Championship is going to be in Hungary. And that match is only every 4 years now. Okay. So the wife thinks maybe going to Hungary might be kind of cool. So, maybe we're kind of, me and some other guys, like my buddy, I think you know Bob Crow.
Sure, love Bob. Bob's a big bourbon head, as a matter of fact.
He's the one that, he's got me into it. And he was one of the guys who was traveling with me at the World Shoot, and
cool.
And so we're both talking, like, we may, if we can shoot some international IPSC matches, we may add that to our schedule. Maybe that means a couple state or section matches maybe we don't go to, in lieu of trying to shoot some other matches over there, and just see other parts of the world, but also just experience different levels of competition.
Yeah, it makes sense. Tell people about Reid Pistol Smithing, how they can get one of the finest.
Yeah, so I built custom 1911s, and actually this year I've actually almost built all 2011s. You can find me on Instagram. I post most consistently on Instagram, just Reid Pistol Smithing on Instagram, Facebook as well. My website is reidpistolsmithing.com. Right now I'm really building guns on a spec basis. So I'm building guns, then offering them up for sale.
Sure.
And so it's kind of, right now it's a mix of limited optics guns, and then carry guns is really kind of where it's at. But really, for the most part, like, I am trying to push how nice of a gun can I possibly build? As far as its performance, its reliability, but then also aesthetics, and trying to put all of that together. And so this isn't these aren't your STIs, or even frankly, it's not your Atlas or your Wilsons, your Nighthawks or anything like that. We are trying to build them as nice as we possibly can. And yeah, so I've been able to have a career doing that so far. And I feel grateful anytime somebody takes their money, because I know these guns aren't cheap. I'm very cognizant of how expensive they are. And anytime somebody will spend their money to buy one, like I find it very humbling, and very flattering that they would spend their money on something that I've built.
Well, I'm excited for you to be doing it, and it sounds like it's going well. If you're adding on to the shop, all of that sounds like positive.
Yeah, it's all a big positive. I actually just announced I'm starting to teach. I've taught a few in the past, some 1911 build classes. So it's go in. This is how I got started. My mentor is a guy's named Bob Rogers. It was, gosh, when was it? I think I'm 14 years since I took his class, and that was my I had no experience. That was my introduction to 1911s, and he has recently retired from teaching those classes, so I've kind of taken him over. I just announced one for March of 2026. It actually has filled. It filled really classy.
Excellent.
So that was really, really good. I'm hoping to have another one in the fall of 2026. So anybody that's interested in learning how to work on and build 1911s, which would conversely translates really well to 2011s too.
Sure.
It's a great opportunity to do that, and you'll walk away with a really nice gun. You'll be really tired, and you'll have a whole lot of information if you choose to take advantage of it.
And no jinx, but that spring of 26 class will likely be held in the new building.
It will. Hopefully, the new building will be done. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's
awesome.
what we're hoping.
Dude, exciting times. Thank you again for taking the time.
Hey, thanks, John. It's good to come on your show. We've had you on our show, so it's really good to come on your show. We get to see you at the Nationals typically when you're busy working and all that. So it's great to be able to have a chance to sit down and chat.
Yeah, super cool. Thanks again, and congratulations on a gold medal, man. Many more to come.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it.